Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Quadar of GMS Gulf Coast, and I'd like to start by giving infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors are given up to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, men who have labored and suffered in this truth for over 30 plus years, so like for over 30 years, making their lives and their bodies a living sacrifice. I also like to send a shalom to the bishops, the elders, the heads of camps of Great Millstone, as well as Great Millstone by and large. A shalom also goes to Akim, not named GMS, but walking one body, one spirit in Yahweh Shai, preaching and teaching His 100% truth, as it is taught by us all by the apostle, elders of Great Millstone, as well as calling on the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And last but not least, shalom goes out to the hopefully elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four winds of planet Earth, north, south, east, and west, which consist of men, women, and children in that order. To you all, shalom. Lord willing, just be edified as we witness that great whore, the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, a.k.a. otherwise known as America, concede to her defeat. In so many words, you're going to hear this in this little clip that I'm about to play. But nevertheless, this is scriptural. They know they can't win. They know they can't. Just pay attention to the tone, the subtlety of how they deliver this message. Just like the title say, listen to what they're saying and how they're saying it. History is being made. It's about to start. And that about to start is going into full-fledged Jacob's trouble. Great persecution is going to come down on the house of Israel because these devils know that their time is just about up. And you know how you grew growing up, people can say a lot of things out of their mouths, right? But you pay attention to their actions because their actions speak louder than words. Now, all this money that they are secretly, not even say secretly, they are openly appropriating for Israel, the state of Israel, and Ukraine. At the same time, they're claiming that they're broke. I mean, the writing's on the wall, literally. It doesn't take, shit. A grade school child would understand the terminology of that, or the end results of that. You understand? This is not, this is not trigonometry. This is not balloon algebra, calculus. This is plain arithmetic. 1+1, 1 minus 2. 2 minus 1, Salakia. 2 divided into 4. 2 times 2. See, it's simple. It's nothing, there's no formula. There's no formula that you have to add in to come up with the answer. It's as simple as that. And the way that they are addressing, they are coming out onto these platforms, and they're talking with not as enthused as previous, showings. It just goes to show you, man, they know that their faith is sealed. I want to play this clip. Let's play this clip, and we'll rap about it a little bit more as we bring out precepts that are more befitting to the conversation we're having. So let's play this real quick. Okay.
But not hold up the Ukraine bill for it. Well, it was both a productive and an intense meeting. Productive meeting on the government shutdown. We are making good progress. We made it very clear, the speaker said unequivocally he wants to avoid a government shutdown. We made it clear that that means not letting any of the government appropriations bills lapse, which means you need some CRs to get that done. But we're making good progress, and we're hopeful we can get this done really quickly. There are a little back and forth on different issues that different people want, but I don't think those are insurmountable. The fact that
I want to address that. Very little issues that they're going back and forth about, and he doesn't believe that those issues are insurmountable. They're getting these things done in a bipartisan way because, like, it's a time, when all hell's about to break loose, people are coming to an agreement. Hey, this ain't the time to be sitting up here pondering and disagreeing. We got to get this done. Just put yourself in situations that you and others may be in, a burning house, or whatever circumstances may be. And that ain't the time to be trying to argue a point that you was trying to get over. The house is burning down. Hey, we ain't got time for that right now. Let's figure out a way to get up out of this burning house, and Lord willing, we'll address that if we survive this. That's where they're at. Listen to them. That's where they're at. Listen to what he just said again.
Done really quickly, which means you need some CRs to get that done. But we're making good progress, and we're hopeful we can get this done really quickly. There are a little back and forth on different issues that different people want, but I don't think those are insurmountable. The fact that
the back and forth, they're not entertaining it. The things that they have played out in the public discourse for you fools to have something to sit around at the dinner table and quarrel about, the Democrats and the Republicans. These people know that they are part of the same system, putting up a show for you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when the serious matters hit the fan, and the fact that they have lost grip, America has lost its grip on the world. This American so-called dollar, this fiat currency, was their stronghold, was their shackles on the world, was their fetters and irons. You know what I'm talking about? And now all of that's been broken. These countries, you're gonna hear him mention 4 major countries, and the last one that he's gonna mention, Syria, Iran. There was a clip that I seen where JEWISH man was speaking about how countries like Iran and Syria, they booting up at the U.S. They're not afraid of the U.S. And the U.S., if need be, if a war was to break out between them and these small countries had all the confidence in the world that they can overtake America. They're backed by the other quote-unquote superpowers like China and Russia. So he's going to mention these countries, and he's going to mention that they can't lose the war. Would you pay attention to this? Devil's in the details. Body language, all of the above. So let's wind it back a little bit further, and I'm going to just let it play out.
Which means you need some CRs to get that done. But we're making good progress, and we're hopeful we can get this done really quickly. There are a little back and forth on different issues that different people want, but I don't think those are insurmountable. The fact that we made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period of time, was very apparent in the room. And the speaker did not reject that. He said he wants to avoid a government shutdown, so that was very heartening. The meeting on Ukraine was one of the most intense I have ever encountered in my many meetings in the Oval Office. The 4 of us all together led. First person to speak was Leader McConnell. The 5 of us, the President, the Vice President, Leader McConnell, Leader Jeffries, and myself, made it so clear how vital this was to the United States. This was so important.
he's emphasizing words, you know what I'm saying? And the tone of voice that he's presenting, you know what I'm saying, to the American public. Mind you, these politicians ain't nothing but actors, you know what I'm talking about? And they're for the most part, you know, for the most part, for most people, you know, that are younger than I am, they're lifetime actors, you know what I'm talking about? Playing on the world stage. But now, your body language won't hide how you truly feel. You know, you have cops sit there, you know, FBI interrogators, you know, they'll sit there and film a suspect, question them, and they will listen to the what they're saying, but that body language will coerce or go hand in hand with what they're saying, or it might be and contrary to what they're saying. You follow what I'm saying? And his tone of voice, the severity of the message, and his body language, they're all in sync.
And that we couldn't afford to wait a month or 2 months or 3 months because we would, in all likelihood, lose the war. NATO would be fractured at best. Allies would turn.
We will lose the war. Listen to this very carefully.
Made it so clear how vital this was to the United States. This was so important. And that we couldn't afford to wait a month or 2 months or 3 months because we would, in all likelihood, lose the war. NATO would be fractured at best. Allies would turn away from the United States. And the boldest leaders, the boldest autocrats of the world, the Putins, Xi's, the presidents of North Korea. I like the governor of North Carolina, actually. The presidents of North Korea and Iran would be emboldened, thinking that the United States was this soft, fat country that lost its way.
And mind you, that's just what these other countries think of the United States. So there's no delusion in the minds of the heads of states of the United States, how the world, by and large, these other heads of states, how they view America. It's only the people, the sheeple, like the elder apostle Tahar likes to call you meat puppets that are being taken for a circus ride. You have not woken up to the realization of what's happening, what's really going on. You're still stuck in fantasy land. You're stuck in a dream. You're stuck in the American dream. And I'm speaking, quite frankly, to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because they keep shuffling out these gifts, these incentives, these stimulus, this, that, and the third. Truth be told, these people are very worried. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have lost control of the airplane. It's on autopilot and it's flying. It's getting ready to go head first into a mountain. I put a video up on our group chat where the captain was talking. He said everything is fine. You know, that joke that you felt, it wasn't nothing. You know, just a little turbulence. You know, he said, I tell you what you do, y'all. Everybody on the right, look out the right side of the window, and everybody on the left, look out the left side of the window. Everything is fine and dandy. Don't worry about anything. And then it showed him and the co-pilots. They were sneaking up through the aisle of the plane with their parachutes on and said, you know, with their parachutes on, and was saying something to the count where everything's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the ride. He said, enjoy the end of your life. And he said, no, enjoy the ride. And the clip turned off. This is what they're telling you. This is that scene where the pilot is telling you everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. You know, we got stimulus money. We got this. We got that. We got everything under control. But meanwhile, they got the parachute and got you looking at them damn windows, you know, talking about like grown children, and they about to bail out. Everything is not fine, and these people are telling you they see the writing on the wall when they can mention these other countries that goddamn think that they're nothing. The United States used to be the hammer of the world. Now these other nations look down on this place like it's nothing, and righteously so. because his time has come.
And the boldest leaders, the boldest autocrats of the world, the Putins, the Xis, the presidents of North Korea. I like the governor of North Carolina, actually. The presidents of North Korea and Iran would be emboldened, thinking that the United States was this soft, fat country that lost its way and would take advantage. And so we said to the speaker, get it done. I told him, this is one of the moments, I said, I've been around here a long time. It's maybe 4 or 5 times that history is looking over your shoulder. And if you don't do the right thing, whatever the immediate politics are, you will regret it. I told him 2 years from now and every year after that. Because really it's in his hands. It's in his hands. We told him how important it was. It was passionate. I talked about my trip to Ukraine where I met soldiers who had Russian artillery in range with the drones they have, but had no ammunition to fire at. We talked about 4 brigades who were ready to go, Ukrainian, no arms, and how serious the lack of arms was. And it was the consensus in that room. Zelensky and Ukraine will lose the war if we don't get the arms and don't get them quickly. The speaker brought up the border. We made it very clear to him that we want to do something real on border. And in fact, we Democrats in the Senate supported a border bill that very conservative groups, including the Border Patrol agents, the Wall Street Journal editorial page, and Chamber of Commerce were for, but said to hold up Ukraine, which, as he admitted, was a national imperative, because you can't do something else which we all should work on, was a non sequitur. There was no logic. There's a logic to solving the border. We want to solve it. But we have to do Ukraine right now, because there's no way that can get done quickly, because that has broad bipartisan consensus. And the border takes some more work, which we'll be happy to work on to get it done. But not hold up the Ukraine bill for it.
This is Revelation 6:17 and 16, and it reads, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Verse 17, for Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. Now they're done with this place. Yeah, they all came together according to Psalms 83. And let's go to it real quick. Yeah, they all came together according to Psalms 83, and starting at the top, and it reads, keep thou not silence, O Yahweh power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. Yeah, because see, they seen power in holding down the Lord's people. Because see, they understand back from the ancient days that as long as we stay within the realms of serving our Lord faithfully and truthfully and earnestly, you know what I'm talking about, with all gladness of heart, sincerely, that these other nations couldn't put a finger on us. They understood that. So yes, you seen them, befriend the so-called white man, befriend the kings of the earth. You understand that? But that was only set up to fulfill the will of the Lord. That was only set up to fulfill the will of the Lord. That's all that was about. I'm gonna grab another. Let me grab Jeremiah 49, and it says, where it says concerning Edom, This is 49, Jeremiah 49:7, and it reads, it says, concerning Edom, and that's the so-called white man's biblical lineage. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perish from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanish? Yeah, they done ran out of ideas, man. Stretched thin all across the planet, to my all the lies have caught up with them. The Lord has allowed the spirit to be on these other nations to wake up, start wagging a hand at America. They got big boy toys just like America. So nobody's afraid of America. You know what I'm talking about? No, they're not. This is Isaiah 14 chapter, and it reads, this is Isaiah the 14th chapter, and it reads, and I'm going to get straight to the point. And it reads, verse 4, thou shalt take up a Slakia, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased? Huh? The golden city ceased. And that's talking about America. Verse 5, the Lord Yahweh had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Nobody's going to give a damn. They crying now. They sit up there crying. And to his point about these other nations, will think that America is just fat, sorry, lazy, promoting transformers and LGBTs and pedos and all this. Yeah, you have become very soft. You have become very complacent in your wickedry, thinking you was just too big to be pushed off the rock. But like we read in Revelations 17:17, the Lord had put it in the minds of these leaders, these world leaders, these other kings, to give over their kingdom, to be a vessel, to be a vassal state onto this whore, to fulfill His will. Because you heard Senator Schumer said that their allies, goddamn, are going to try to break free, and we already see break off from them. You see Germany and France petition to try to join on with the BRICS. You see this. And so let's address that point that he made about these little nations thinking that they ain't nothing. And jumping down to verse 10, Isaiah 14:10, and it says, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Verse 11, thy pomp, that proud nation, you done got complacent in your wickedry. You so big and, up on your high horse, and that never, you weren't going to never be knocked down. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did its weakest the nations? Huh? Yeah. How did you fall? How you weaken the nation? Sanctions. You had atomic weapons. You had all the big boy toys before everybody else. You was able to go around and push imperialism, colonialism, Edomitism, so-called white supremacism, and then you got complacent in all of that, and your complacency became the ally of your friends to overtake you by the will of the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 13, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. And that congregation is speaking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And the north, where we at? North America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pits, to the side of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? So Lucifer, the bearer of the light, of the information of the knowledge on this side, is a man. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shaketh the kingdom, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners. America by capita has more prisoners than any other nation. These so-called white people. Now let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. It's a scripture I'm looking for. How the hammer of the whole world is cut asunder. Let's see. I think it's Jeremiah. Let's see real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse, straight to the point. And it reads, this is Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation amongst the nations? The Lord said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. And you know how he's striven against the Lord? Everything that is lawful in these scriptures, he has made it unlawful. You understand? He has given permission to be wicked. There's laws that govern what you eat. He sells it as delicacies in his restaurants. Snow crabs and snow crabs and king crabs and lobsters and shrimp and catfish and and the list goes on and on. Those things don't have skins and scales like it. You understand? You eating garbage cans, you know what I'm talking about, from the Flintstones, back in that cartoon era where the Flintstones, when Wilma went and was pouring the food in a trash compactor, when the curtain pulled back, it was a damn pig. You eating the earth, you eating the trash compactor. Pork, kosher pork, pig ears and pig feet and pig skins and pork chops and bacon, and you understand? But he make all this right here lawful. There's laws against morality laws. You know what I'm talking about? You can't be around here sleeping with children. You can't be around here sleeping with the same sex. You can't be doing none of this. But he made this legal. He made all of this legal. He strived against the Lord. And the Lord is going to cut this man from head to toe now. You understand? He's going to cut him from head to toe. But now, that's basically the point of this video. I'm just doing this off the spirit. I didn't want to make it too long, but again, listen to the severity in this man's voice. They know that it's over with. They know.
The Oval Office.
They know. I want to give infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, shalom.
Well, it was both a productive and an intense meeting. Productive meeting on the government shutdown. We are making good progress. We made it very clear. The speaker said unequivocally he wants to avoid a government shutdown. We made it clear that means not letting any of the government appropriations bills lapse, which means you need some CRs to get that done. But we're making good progress, and we're hopeful we can get this done really quickly. There are a little back and forth on different issues that different people want, but I don't think those are insurmountable. The fact that that we made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period of time, was very apparent in the room. And the speaker did not reject that. He said he wants to avoid a government shutdown, so that was very heartening. The meeting on Ukraine was one of the most intense I have ever encountered in my many meetings in the Oval Office. The four of us, all all together led. First person to speak was Leader McConnell. The five of us, the president, the vice president, Leader McConnell, Leader Jeffries, and myself, made it so clear how vital this was to the United States. This was so important. And that we couldn't afford to wait a month or 2 months or 3 months because we would, in all likelihood, lose the war. NATO would be fractured at best. Allies would turn away from the United States. And the boldest leaders, the boldest autocrats of the world, the Putins, the Xis, the presidents of North Korea. I like the governor of North Carolina, actually. The presidents of North Korea and Iran would be emboldened, thinking that the United States was this soft, fat country that lost its way and would take advantage. And so we said to the speaker, get it done. I told him this is one of the moments, I said, I've been around here a long time. It's maybe 4 or 5 times that history is looking over your shoulder. And if you don't do the right thing, whatever the immediate politics are, you will regret it. I told him 2 years from now and every year after that. Because really it's in his hands. It's in his hands. We told him how important it was. It was passionate. I talked about my trip to Ukraine where I met soldiers who had Russian artillery in range with the drones they have, but had no ammunition to fire at. We talked about 4 brigades who were ready to go, Ukrainian, no arms, and how serious the lack of arms was. And it was the consensus in that room. Zelensky and Ukraine will lose the war if we don't get the arms and don't get them quickly. The speaker brought up the border. We made it very clear to him that we want to do something real on border. And in fact, we Democrats in the Senate supported a border bill that very conservative groups, including the Border Patrol agents, the Wall Street Journal editorial page, and Chamber of Commerce were for, but said to hold up Ukraine, which, as he admitted, was a national imperative, because you can't do something else which we all should work on, was a non sequitur. There was no logic. There's a logic to solving the border. We want to solve it. But we have to do Ukraine right now because there's no wait. That can get done quickly because that has broad bipartisan consensus. And the border takes some more work, which we'll be happy to work on to get it done. But not hold up the Ukraine bill for it.
Senator Schumer.
Lord willing, you repent. Shalom.